Is going on, Casually FC? Welcome to the match reaction to the Chelsea 1, Manchester United 1. Me, Flawless, and Andrew predicted the score of the game, and we're not very. I'm not happy about it. I'm sure United fans are through the roof about it because they were losing in the first half after Jorghino penalty, and then Casemiro late night stoppage fucking header. Guys, I'm not happy about the result. But before we go ahead and talk about it, make sure you smash the like. It does help out the channel big time. Subscribe, hit the bell notification so you don't miss any of our future live streams. Leave a comment down below and then check out the links in the description. But let's just get right into it. The match, I think, started off overall a little shaky for the most part. We talked about this, Chris, that it was mostly United that created the better chances overall in this game. Potter in the beginning, great decision to take Cucurella off, add another midfielder. It definitely changed the game when we put Kovacic in there. So it was nice to see that Potter was reactive, right? Instead of waiting until, guys, like 50th minute to make changes and all that, the soft shit that we've seen before. But
he knew
at the end... Yeah, at the end, there was some questionable things, waiting until the very, very last 75th minute to bring on Broja and Chucky. And just overall, I don't know. It was disappointing that we got revenge for the Maguire wrestling rugby tackle that happened to Aspie 2 seasons ago. And then we lose it last minute in a very typical Chelsea way, with Chilwell unfortunately not being able to mark Casemiro for that header. Yeah, it's very disappointing. Kai, your overall thoughts?
Hey man, I'm getting to the point where I'm just like, it's I feel like we, as a fan base, we accepted a specific standard right now, and we just accepted it, and because we like the players, we kind of have like a blind eye towards them, and I just think it's not acceptable, man. Like, so I've seen some people say, at least we're unbeaten, at least we're this, at least we're this. It's like, nah, I refuse to accept this standards for Chelsea Football Club, man. We have a saying in Chelsea, we have a saying in Israel, yeah. If the standards like becomes like average, so will the achievements at the end, and that's how I feel about this completely, man. Like the fact how we play, how we buy players. We have so many players who are comfortable in the team, no matter what they do, no matter what their stats are like, they will still play, and it shows in our team, man. Because United, like Ten Hag didn't come that late, like that long time ago, and they're already doing much better than us. And people can tell me, oh no, they're not doing better. They are doing better than us. They've beaten bigger teams than we have. I don't think we have picked a single team other than Milan. We haven't picked a single win against a big team this season. So it's just disappointing, man. And like we lack concentrations.
Yeah.
I'm not happy with this team, man. And it's like the thing that I said when Sarri was here still stands to today, and that was like 4 or 5 years ago now, that I don't see us winning the Premier League with this at the moment, and it still resumes because the standards have to change. We have to be drastically changed. If it wasn't for the penalty, we didn't do shit that game.
No, we didn't.
We didn't do shit that game. Like, I don't remember one memorable thing.
We didn't find the hair all game.
Did we even have a shot on target if it wasn't for
We
that
did have
penalty?
a shot on target, but I don't think De Gea even made a save except for maybe crossed it, when we crossed
I'll
it.
look up the stat while you guys are talking.
No, Chelsea.
Yeah. But also, sorry, Chris, one last point. For me, man, people are giving him oh yeah, the Kova sub changed the game, bro. Yeah, but why do we have to change the game? Why can't we start the game well?
So we have that myself.
So we have.
Yeah, I'll admit,
subs.
I think today Potter got the lineup wrong.
And it's not only the lineup though, Marshall. Like, Aubameyang was in a fucking good form going into the game against Villa and whatever, and he benches him. He doesn't play him. He fucking rest him. Whatever. I don't know for what. Now, and it shows it backfired because we didn't get the result against Brentford, and we didn't get a result here. And I don't give a fuck.
2 shots on target today, by the way, boys.
One was a penalty.
A draw is not a result. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. A draw is not a result.
Yeah.
He ruined the run that Aubameyang was on just to rest him supposedly against Bradford or whatever the fucking Potter is like, he can't do wrong. Fans tell me. And then today, what's the point of it? What's the point of it? We just dropped 2 points. We have 2 points from 6.
Yeah,
Man,
we
I'm
dropped against
annoyed, man.
Brentford and dropped
I'm
this
annoyed.
one. Yeah, I feel you, man. I'm annoyed about this one too. Look, I'm obviously not gonna be like reactive and be like, "Oh, Potter out" and all this shit. We're stuck with this guy for a while, and I'm
One more
hoping, I'm hoping that one more game. I'm hoping that it's just gonna be a better result than what Brentford went through, in the sense that, like, even with Potter, Brentford went through some ups and downs. With Chelsea, he's probably going to be going through some ups and downs, but hopefully in time he gets his players, he learns the tactics, he learns what fits best for each person. And we've been seeing some patches here and there, even like, last week's game with, or last game that we had with Broja starting. There were some bright patches in there, but Potter's still figuring it out, I think. And today he made some mistakes, corrected them, but should have, like Kai said, should have started the game that way as it is. Chris, what about you, brother?
Yeah, like Kai, it was a really bad game because we literally created nothing today. The first 35 minutes before Kovacic came on, they was fully dominating us. We couldn't do a thing. I was watching my brother, and my brother was like, "How we not scored yet? Like they should be 2-0 up by then." But we was lucky not to concede because Kepa, obviously, I thought he kept us in for the first 35 minutes, especially. We was lucky like that. Kovacic obviously came on, did change the game for us in midfield. Like he helped the midfield a lot. I thought Ruben Loftus-Cheek wasn't that great for me today. Jorghino was okay.
Really?
He got the goal. I don't think maybe it's the first 35 minutes what tainted. I thought he was awful in the first.
No, I agree with you. He gave the ball too many times. And
he didn't. To me, he didn't really offer anything either as well. Like he did give the ball away a few times as well. Mason Mount again, non-existent, didn't offer anything defensively or didn't help the midfielder. That's why Kovacic had to came on. He didn't create anything. He can't create anything. He's just not good enough to play attack for me. I think
you see what Jimmy.
Yeah.
You guys see what Jimmy Floyd said about him? I agree with 100%.
You can say if you want, Kai.
Go ahead and say.
I don't remember the quote. It's
just I think it's just basically Mason Mount not creating enough chances to our striker, because like Aubameyang is literally like just I don't know, held hostage up there.
Wait, I should have. Yeah, I have the comment. This is what I quote. Yeah, Hasselbank comments on Mount, and I quote. He said, "Mount doesn't provide enough chances for the strikers to score. That's why Chelsea aren't getting more goals. He's definitely trying and is young, but can't continue like this for long. Needs to get more chances for the strikers." That's his English, not mine. Yeah, I remember he's a Dutch.
Yeah. So if Mason Mount playing attacking, he has to create chances or score, because you have to do something in attack, like to be an attacker, and he's just not doing it. So I don't want to see him in attack no more. And I think a lot of people say that as well, but like I don't want to see him attack. He has to be a midfielder or on the bench. Like that's for me. Like he's just awful at attack. I thought Sterling wasn't that good either. I thought he was a bit frustrating a lot of times. He did try a lot more in Mason Mount. I do a lot more in Mason Mount. Like he's actually trying to do stuff, but he was very frustrating for me. So he's a bit iffy, but we got a lucky result in a way. We was 1-0 up. We almost got it, but we got a lucky result. And I'm not happy about it, but we were lucky. I think that's what I say about the game.
Prime, your overall thoughts on the match, my friend, if you're there?
Frustrating. The past few seasons against Man United have been draws, 0-0s, 1-1s, and I said eventually this has. Eventually this has. You guys can hear me, yeah?
Yeah, it's the God of Fox. He's here now.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sorry.
This guy.
Cool. I said eventually this has to end, and I was like, it'll probably be a draw, but let me just say 1-0 and hope for it. And we almost got that. These guys couldn't cling on, and it's frustrating. I can't really even blame Potter. He's only been here a month. It's still the same players we've had for the past few seasons, and it's like these guys don't learn from the same mistakes they keep making. They don't have the mentality to rise up and take ownership and responsibility. The same thing happened when we played the Spurs game that everyone praised how amazing we played. We lost because we couldn't.
We draw. We didn't lose, but yeah, it's almost like a draw.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't. A draw is basically
Yeah,
the same
same with me, Prime.
Like-
Same with me.
Like we didn't win the game because we didn't focus on that set piece at the end, not because of that of the stupid refereeing decision. Say against Leeds, we lost 3-0, and two of the goals we conceded was because of not defending properly from set pieces. Like it's the same thing happening continuously this season. Like people think sacking Tuchel and bringing in Potter would make the big difference. No, because these players are still here. This is not, again, I don't want people to take what I'm saying out of context. This is not me like blaming or going at Potter. I've already said when he came in that I'm gonna back the guy because like there's nothing I can,
Of course,
I
he's
know
in here
what
for the
he
long
has to
run.
deal with. What?
Yeah, he's in here for the long run.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna. Potter's not my preference, but I can't have a go at him because I know what he has to deal with, and I know when we go through a bad patch, these guys won't bail him out. These players won't stand up and take responsibility. And if we don't invest properly, like we're just going to continuously do this and keep being in this weird 4th, 5th-ish bracket. We'll occasionally, overperform for maybe half a season and win the Champions League, and people will think we're ready to step up and win the league. And it'll be the same cycle that's been for 5-6 years now. It's really frustrating. I'm tired.
Yeah, 27 of you guys watching, make sure you smash the like button. It really, really does help out the channel. It does help us grow and get out there to other people on the algorithm. Winter Surfer, welcome to the channel, brother. What are you saying about the game, man? We got our predictions
I
right.
didn't even speak on the game. Sorry, I didn't even speak on the game. I was talking about.
What are you speaking about?
Game. Oh no, but the game, Kepa had a brilliant performance. He saved us a lot in the first half. Kovacic came on, changed the game after 20 minutes. Chalobah had a really good game. He had a brilliant game, in my opinion. A tender for man of the match. I'd still give it to Kepa, to be fair, but if someone like Daniel wanted to say Chalobah, fair enough. I'm not going to argue.
Chalobah almost scored it, didn't he?
He did.
Almost.
Yes, guy, I know.
We didn't.
I love that word, man.
Mason Mount, I'll be honest, I didn't know he really played.
You forgot he played?
Other than Mount trying to be physical with the likes of Martinez and Casemiro, I didn't notice Mount do anything. I don't. It's again having the same It's gonna be Potter is gonna get frustrated having the same set of players. What can he really do? Potter set us out well today. Like Potter made a mistake in his lineup, he fixed it, and he set us out to actually be able to get a result from this game. And we still bottled it. It's the same. It's annoying. Whatever. Sorry.
I think
Andrew, you go. I'm sorry. I don't want to.
And then let's break down the game. Yeah.
Okay. So welcome everyone. I will say this. I think
Mute yourself, Ahmed.
I think the result.
Ahmed is building a house, man. Sorry,
Yeah.
Andy.
I think the result is one of the most predictable results of the season. A draw. I've been saying it all week. We said it last night. 1-0. However, I think Chelsea fans are disappointed how the game progressed and then ended. So it feels worse. It feels worse, right? Than actually if it just been a normal draw and they scored within. We both scored close together.
Like a low blow.
Yeah, but listen, he got his starting lineup wrong, playing 2 midfield against the 3. He changed it after 35 minutes. Tuchel wouldn't have done that. He would have proceeded with that.
Yeah, exactly.
For another
Are you
half
sure?
an hour. So let's get that right.
Tuchel never
yeah,
did that.
totally sure. I've seen it.
I've seen him sub off Cho at 30 minutes.
No, that was at halftime. No,
That's
it was at
halftime,
30 minutes. You're right.
Yeah.
No, he did it once at 30 minutes, but there was most at halftime.
I will say this. You know what I feel about Raheem Sterling? I can't defend him for this game at all.
No.
He's very poor. Mason Mount. The thing about Mason Mount is the way people might think I'm not very critical of him, but this is Mason Mount. He is a purple patch player. Yeah.
Yep.
He is now in the category of purple patch.
Let's have it right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Definitely. He is a typical purple patch player. okay? And he didn't do anything today, right? I thought Potter's substitution was right in taking, right in bringing
Cucurella off
Pulisic
to
on.
add, yeah.
Right in bringing Pulisic on. Oh yeah, sure. And then but
Welcome,
wrong
Harry.
to
let's go.
take Aubameyang off or something like that. But listen, it was both teams looked like they were pretty scared of doing anything, like at all. But we moved, man. I mean, I think there's some guy on Twitter, Kevin Palmer, said that apparently there's a big Chelsea story.
I was literally
brewing.
just coming on to say the exact same thing.
What is that story though? What is that?
I
What
don't
is it
know.
about?
No one knows. It doesn't
They're
sound
releasing it
good
tonight.
though.
But then again,
What's
it
up?
could be.
Imagine Potter sacked, man.
Imagine
too much.
Chelsea
It's
hit
too
an
much.
all-time low. All-time
Two
low.
seconds
My
in one
God.
season. Oh my
Wait,
days.
wait. There's a Chelsea story.
Apparently.
So the tweet.
Man,
the
you're always
tweet is,
behind,
right,
bro.
So the
Always
tweet,
behind.
You
I'm behind
want
on
to
this
tell us
too.
the tweet?
the
It's a
tweet
real
says
tease.
it's from
Real
Kevin Palmer. He's blocked all replies, and it says a huge story is brewing at Chelsea. Story will be posted here this evening. So I'm guessing within the next hour or so. And that doesn't sound good. Whatever it is, it doesn't
Maybe
sound
some
good.
fan
like
involved
that.
Kovacic
Yes.
shorts. I
Yes,
don't know.
Potter's being sacked. Yes.
Rob Kovac's in shorts.
Yeah,
Bro.
what happened to him?
The
Do
man's
people-
cock is massive, by the way. My Christ almighty. He's just showing off at this point. Jesus Christ.
Well, Harry,
people
have you
know-
seen Harry, have you seen his wife? That's what I'm saying.
Guys, to be
Do people
be
know like
fair,
the context of that? Do people know the context of that? He literally gave both his short and his kids to one kid like in a wheelchair.
Really?
Oh wow.
And people are,
okay.
yeah, and people are acting like he just took his clothes off because he wanted to fucking be naked, man. I
does
swear, the
seem
logic
that
of shit Chelsea fans, man.
hey guys, to be fair, Kovacic is like 60% Nigerian. Just saying.
What is his Nigerian side popping
Don't
out
let him
there?
hear you that, man. Beautiful. He's in Europe, bro.
Well, I mean, let's break down the match a little bit. Let's go ahead and I guess we'll start with the defense, right? Let's start with Kepa. Look again. People are gonna be saying, "Oh, Mendy would have saved it." Maybe he would have because of the length of Mendy and all that. But
Bullshit.
at the end of the day, like today, and thank you, Kai. At the end of the day, like today, it wasn't.
Can I counter
Kepa had a
that?
great
I'll finish.
performance.
Can I? When you
Let him
finish,
finish.
Sure.
Let him finish.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because there's something I really want to say. That's why I'm
You
not
don't know what
telling
he's
you.
going. You don't
Yeah.
know what he's going to say to
But-
counter it. That's
Yeah, but the thing, Kepa. I mean, I think he did what he had to do today, but it's just I'm afraid that in that game, Mendy would have made a mistake. The amount of times that we passed back to Kepa, Mendy would have just probably lost the possession at some point, and Rashford would have made a counterattack or some bullshit today. So I mean, I can't be mad at Kepa. He touched it. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough to keep the ball out last minute. I would say Chilwell should have done a much better job at defending that. But I don't know.
Screw
Kai,
that,
what are you
man.
gonna say, bro?
They should have just booted the ball. I'm sorry, don't
Yeah.
say it's like passing out.
Yeah.
Just smash the
Yeah,
ball.
yeah,
It's the 94th
Yeah.
minute.
How many times has a situation come about in a game where that's all
Yeah.
we needed to do, though?
All we
It's so
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
frustrating.
Yeah.
I on the watch along, I sang 10 men went to Mo. I went from 1 to 10, and then as soon as I finished, they fucking scored, and I just fell off the chair. It was the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen.
Yeah,
As soon as it
it's
said 6
So
minutes,
dejecting, singing that whole song just to have them score, like the way they
As soon
did
as
as
it
well.
says-
It's so close as well.
As soon as it said 6 minutes of injury time, I thought that's plenty of time for them to equalise. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, that's just
I thought it was. I was saying like the
Sorry.
typical Chelsea were probably gonna
They're
capitulate,
gonna
but let's
equalise.
hope not.
But
Go ahead,
I don't
Kai.
I don't like the fact that we get ourselves in a situation where everything is get decided in the last 6 or 9 minutes. We should be good enough to finish off teams, man. And
You're right,
and
you're
about the Kepa thing, people are bitching about the Kepa. Oh, he haven't stopped. How many fucking good chances did he stop because he really decent saves? And think about it this way, yeah. Imagine if Mendy was in the position that Kepa was when he played from the back, and he was in danger by 3 or 4 players. That would have fucking gone in. So people have to be like kind of balanced with their views, People have too many agendas.
Seen
towards it.
so many people saying
Yeah.
that Kepa is to blame for the goal, and it's just fucking
We nearly
ridiculous.
said
The thing is, if Mendy was in goal,
Yeah.
the whole game, we would have been 4-0 down in the first fucking half. That's the issue. Or you know, maybe not that far, but like we would have conceded at least one goal. But like the thing is, Kepa saved us. He was the man of the match in terms of like Chelsea's performances. We somehow Jorghino was still highly rated, but I think that was purely because of the penalty goal. But before then, wasn't having a great game. It's
also that goal,
but
right?
Kepa it was still a fantastic save from him. I know it still went in, but it was a fantastic save.
But
He
also,
still got
you want
to
to talk about that goal, right? At least Kepa got a hand to it, because against Brighton last season when we drew 1-1, Danny, like that same pattern where the ball gets played out from the left-hand side, cross comes in, and the header Casemiro scores that header. Welbeck did the exact same thing against us last season, and Mendy got beaten and didn't get a hand to it. So people
who was marking Casemiro anyway? Who was marking him? Who's the idiot who was marking him?
Saying,
Casemiro as well. Why is he celebrating like that? He hasn't won everything there is to win.
Hold on. So people trying to do this thing of, well, Mendy would have saved it. Like, guys, whatever, just relax. Like, it's one goal conceded. Kepa still played it brilliantly in the game. Like, he's in good form. Like, why hate on it?
I'm not worried about Kepa at all.
Want our players
he's
to play
in the he's in the form. This is the Kepa we bought. This is the Kepa that we signed. He's playing. This is the form of his life at Chelsea right now, and he is genuinely playing the best. I think I could say, like, the best he's ever played for Chelsea, and he looks incredible. Really. We've conceded a goal. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, shouldn't we be more mad?
And even then, like, the goal he conceded, he made a fantastic save. I think people don't realise the athleticism that it takes to save or to perform the save that he did. I know it went in, but there's only so much he can do.
Correct. It didn't even go in there by that much. It was
I
just
know.
No, but
did he actually put it over the line himself by mistake? Or
no, it did go over, but it wasn't that. It wasn't like a huge like goal.
Right.
Like,
I was on the floor when it got shown. I was actually on the floor, so I didn't see.
Shouldn't we be more mad about the fact that one moment can fucking like ruin the game for us?
Oh, of course.
That's what we should be mad about.
Also, was there actually 6 minutes? Was it actually 6 minutes of added time? Was that not to like make up excuses, but was there 6 minutes, or did the penalty take that long to actually happen?
I think it was the penalty in Varane.
That penalty was soft as well. That penalty was soft as well, man, which annoys me as well.
Hey, I'm not. Listen. That's revenge for 2 seasons ago with fucking Aspie.
I'm not complaining.
Fuck them.
I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. Wait, Chris. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, like, people are acting like we played a great game when we were robbed. No, we were shit. And the last 6 minutes, we couldn't do anything. We had 2 shots on target, and one of them was the fucking penalty, man. So people need to calm down, stop blaming Kepa when we have a bunch of idiots ahead of him, man.
Yeah, for real. No, you're right. You're right.
I don't know what Graham Potter's what his game plan was, but we played so defensive. I can't remember us playing as defensive as we did today in any other game. Even under Tuchel, I don't remember us playing as defensive as we did. Because I have to do with the watch-alongs, I have to like mark the possession. I can't remember the last time we've actually gone to half-time with less possession in a game, not both home and away. We always finish at half-time with more possession because we are a possession-based team. So it was so confusing.
Harry,
we've come in with such a defensive mindset. I woke up this morning thinking like, this is with 4 fucking draws in a row. The 2 of those have been goalless, and I was thinking there'd definitely be at least 1 goal in this game. So when we come in so defensive, I was so dejected after like 40 minutes. I was like, what is going on? And then we bring Kovacic on, Cucurella, albeit people were saying like he was having a bad game. I didn't think he was having too bad of a game. There's only so much you can do in left centre-back position, but still, like, why we were so defensive against
Harry,
the Man United team?
I don't know.
It's so weird.
I don't know if he meant to be defensive. I just think he got the formation wrong.
Yep.
He got the formation. We saw him change it after 35 minutes.
We should have been back 4 from the start.
Back 4 and
sure.
3 and match him up.
Yeah.
And you saw
we
grew into it as soon as Kovacic came on. even then, Aubameyang and Sterling started to get a bit. More
And
into the
Kovacic
game.
should have started from the She
But he
should have
can't,
been
but
from
he
the
can't
start though.
because of
That's
the
the
knee.
thing.
I think it's because of the knee. I think
Oh,
it's
he
'cause of the knee.
he did actually have an injury, did he?
Yeah, he's got.
No, he didn't.
Oh.
He said he was managing.
No, he's
Graham Potter
managing
came up
in
to
the
the game.
injury, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was so confused why he didn't start. And if it's for like an actual like an issue that he has, then I completely
No,
understand.
it's
but-
like he's had to bring him on now. He's had to bring
So
him on
strange.
these. He's had to bring him on these 2 games. But
Yeah,
he
yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
want to. He
Yeah.
wants to give him a rest.
yeah,
But he can't
Yeah.
because of Gallagher.
Because the other ones are
whatever
bums.
that was
That's why he
the
can't
other
undo it.
night.
Ansu-
Gallagher got sick, didn't he?
Yeah,
Sorry.
but-
Yeah.
I was
Ansu-
completely unaware of what
And
happened.
then because he got the formation wrong today, you had to bring him
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
So,
On to Harry's point, like about the way we started off the game being so defensive. I think, in my opinion, what Potter was aiming to do was doing the same exact style of play that we used against Milan, which is let them have the ball because they don't have a strong play. Milan. I'm sorry, my Wi-Fi is still shit,
Yeah,
despite getting a new router. But anyways, that's the last thing I want to get upset about. But yeah, I think the same tactic that we used against Milan, which is not letting them have counterattack, letting them have more of the ball, so that we can, just outplay them when we have the ball. I think that was the same idea. It just didn't work out. Like you guys said, 2 against 3 in the midfield. It was terrible. And then once we took off Cucurella, who was shaking, we went to a back 4, moved Chilwell to left back, and Aspie to right back. Brought in Kovacic as third midfield. We looked a lot more solidified there. But I mean, it's just frustrating, boys. I don't know what else to say.
I thought the one positive was, I'm gonna bring a little bit positive. We was better in the second half, and
Chalobah?
Yeah, Chalobah was
Oh.
good, but we was actually better. We was actually better United in the second half. I thought, not by much.
I disagree.
But
I honestly disagree.
I think we had the ball more. We had more shots in the second half of United. United kind of dropped off in the second half, I thought, but yeah, like they was better overall if you want to give like overall shots and everything. But yeah, like I thought second half was a little bit better.
Yeah, but that still means nothing, Chris. If
I know
we
it means
couldn't
nothing.
hold on
We
to our
do.
lead.
I know,
we couldn't
yeah,
hold on to our lead,
our
we wouldn't.
mentality, we could not hold for like more than 5 minutes, right? Like we dropped off. Like I knew they'd give it at all. Like as soon as they went 1-0 down, 1-0 down, they literally go.
I think
throw everything up.
I think the mentality at Chelsea is since 2017, the last one the Premier League to now, man, it's
How does this
insane.
team
I
win
remember,
It's in the mud, man.
I remember the days. Remember the days when we used to lose 3 games a season? We go crazy. Now we're dropping points. And it's like it's all right. At least we're above Liverpool. At least we're above Liverpool. At least we're above this. No, we can't get over it because but Andrew, if you lower your standards this much, that's just become the standards now.
But the problem is, that's fine having standards, but then you got to apply it to the real world situation. We're not that team anymore. We want to get back to that team. That's fine, but you can't expect the same.
Yeah, but
these type
how
of
can
players
we-
do not? These type of players aren't even in the same continent mentality-wise than that team. Okay, not in the same universe mentality-wise in this team. That old team would hold a 1-0 lead from the first minute to the end, let alone for only like 8 minutes.
Yeah,
or
but
something.
shouldn't we aspire to that? Shouldn't we aspire to that standard, bro?
No, I think we should. But what I'm saying is, the thing is, it's like you try and apply that, but these players haven't earned the right for you to have that sort of opinion about them. You know what I mean? Like they're not up to your standards that you have.
Yeah,
No,
And
you're
then-
right, Andrew. You're right, but I think what Kai means is just because they're not on that level doesn't mean we have to just.
Yeah,
accept
shouldn't we accept it? Yeah, that shouldn't be the standards.
And
Like,
I
for
agree
me-
with Kai to
for me-
a certain extent too,
Yeah.
because like I think also Kai, on your point, I think the thing is that like
And it's not only
this fan
mentality, it's
base-
the level as well. We rate them
The
back at
level
the same
too.
level. Like you see
This
Johnny
fan
saying
base-
like Mount is as good as Hazard, but you remember how consistent Hazard
that's
was.
where I'm getting at. That's where I'm getting at. Like the fan base likes to defend and rate players like Havertz, Mount. There's other players in that mix too, and they just like not to pick on them, but like they just they haven't stepped up to that level. They're not at the standard that, of course, like I get it what Surfer's saying. Like these Lampard, Drogba, they were unrealistic players when it comes to football. Like they were just monsters. But even
Can I just-
after those seasons, after those players, we've had players that like were at
Can
least
I just
above
say-
average. That
No,
good,
but
you know?
Ahmed, can I just finish my point? I'll let it give you
Yeah.
because
Yeah, go ahead.
But look at it. It's like everything in everything is like the way that they do is like marketing is supply and demand. At least that's what they do it. As long as Chelsea doesn't like sees the fact that we are accepting of this. Like, why do you think that, like, I work in marketing, right? So I know how this stuff works.
Yeah.
Why do you think that the social media and the shop, like, they always put you like Mason Mount like props? They always lately, before that, when is the last time we had a youth kid in the team, like been shown as much? Now, since we see all of this Mason Mounts fan, all these guys who are accepting these standards, you see like the club trying to market to those niche. The club is thinking that we're doing all right, everything is good. They're bigging this stuff up because that's the kind of thing that they think we want to consume. That's the level where we're accepting. It's basic supply and demand. And the fact that we're accepting those levels and we're saying these guys are great, these guys are great. Remember that our poster boy used to be Hazard, and Hazard could change games on his own. And now our poster boy is a kid who has 2 goals and 2 assists in 11 fucking Premier League games.
Mind you, that wasn't that long ago either.
To me, that we accepted that level, and that's our fault as fan base. That's our fault as a fan base. We have a hand to blame with this. We do have a hand to blame with this because we accepted this. We are happy with the standards, and that's why the club is showing it to us. That's why the club is supporting us with this. Like, if it wasn't for the fans, then these guys won't be getting the long contract that they have. If it wasn't,
obviously, Kai's not talking about us and the panel, just the fans in general.
I'm talking about our fans in general.
Right.
No?
As a fan base, we've hyped up a lot of these players who've gone through little purple patches, and when they underperform, because we have so many player stands in this fan base, these guys can get away with underperforming. The likes of Havertz, Mount, Cho, Pulisic, etc. I can keep going on. Ziyech. Yeah. Well, Ziyech doesn't even have stands, actually, to be fair, but I can keep going on. When these guys underperform, when the likes of Cho can get away with having 1 goal per season, when the likes of Kai Havertz can go away with, since he's been in the Prem 3 seasons, or 2 seasons in 3 months, Jorghino has outscored him. He can get away with that. When the likes of Mount can just ghost in games, like when things like that can happen and fans will still prop them and back them for performing bad, standards are gone, and we don't behave like a top club anymore.
Yes, exactly. That's my point exactly. Because it's basic supply and demand, right? Like, for example, if a lot of people order pizza, they're gonna start selling pizza.
What do we act like? If not a top club, what do we perform like, though? That's the question.
We perform like what
Manchester... Do we a mid-table?
I will explain to you. We're exactly what Manchester United is right now. We don't like
so my argument was, what I was saying before the game was, this game was evident that, and because the draw is probably like proving your point that we're not a title challenging side, is both sides and both managers have a point to prove coming into this. With the history that comes with Chelsea versus Manchester United in the 2000s, 2010s, the history, the rivalry, the animosity, the venom that comes into this kind of game is that we are both in the past, 2 title challenging sides. But as of late, we are now, I know, in the past, but with whoever won this is now in the title race. They were automatically in the title race, but now a draw kind of like diminishes whatever this game became. The result of this game was probably as big, if not bigger of a result or a win for either side as the 2018 FA Cup final. With obviously there was silverware to be had there. This game, there was something to actually win, and neither side came out with anything. So now it kind of diminishes the result and the product that could have been.
Hang on, can I just interrupt? And take it for what it's worth, because it's from that guy Ty Talks on Twitter. He's saying the story brewing at Chelsea might be to do with the stadium and its expansion. Naming rights for Stamford Bridge.
What a clickbaiting fuck.
Yeah, you know what's mad? No, it's not clickbait.
That's still big. That's still.
Yeah, it's just big. You're right. It is big news, but the timing of it was.
You know why it's big news? Yeah. You know what? It's big news because you know what the Chelsea pitch owners are gonna do as soon as they even offer to change the name Stamford Bridge. That's why it's big news, because these guys didn't even want Roman Abramovich to move the club. Yeah,
it was never going to be a sacking, was it? It was a sacking.
would have been absurd.
Bro, I was ready to.
I thought it was like a
Chel-
Mason Mount contract stuff.
yeah, Chelsea,
you know?
Chelsea and Mason
That's a
Mount
big story.
contract mutual contract termination, man. I was so happy, bro.
We have got also, guys. I think what's been overshadowed today as well. I know Harry would have seen this as many other people. Koulibaly's injured. We got down to 2 fit.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a minor knee injury.
It's got a
Minor
knee
knee
injury, yeah. I didn't know
Oh,
this
shit.
until like
I didn't know
10
that.
minutes into the game. I didn't realise until
We are down to
I got told he
Chalobah.
had a knee injury. Yeah, we didn't have a single defender on the bench today.
Exactly. We are down to Chalobah and Thiago Silva as our only natural fit.
Oh my days!
So
Did this
everyone
happened
going
during
in-
training or
everyone
the
in
warm up or
January-
something?
Everyone in January going, oh, we need a midfielder, we need a right back. It's looking like we might need a centre back as well to come in January to cover, because
Jesus Christ!
we don't have with Levi Colwill on loan. Even if you don't think he would have started, at least he would have been in the squad to cover at this time. We have no one. Fofana's not back till after the World Cup, right? At the earliest.
Yeah.
So mad with the names we've got as well. We've got like Thiago Silva, Koulibaly, and fucking like but yet so many injuries in all sorts of positions that like we got Fofana injured, Koulibaly's now injured, which we didn't know at the time. But
that's
Center back. Let's go.
Kante's injured, but we want to pay him, like we want to extend his. So many people want us to
Kante's gonna
extend
leave, man. Kante's gonna leave.
his extra. I don't hope he does, but if he does, it's the end of the road. You know what I mean? Like the debate at the moment with Kante is that, like, do we extend his contract? He's injured more often than not. Yeah. He's on £290,000 a week.
300. I thought it was 300.
It's
290.
290.
Though.
And people, the argument always, whenever I mention it, is, are you paying his wages? Why do you care? I don't give a fuck. It's so much money. It's £300,000 a week to sit and do nothing. And even when he does play, he has to be cautious in case he gets injured. And you don't know if you're going to get prime Kante or whatever.
Exactly.
But then I've seen on the thing on Twitter at the moment is like, if you think that Kante shouldn't have an extension, you have an agenda and you are a fake fan and all this bollocks, and someone like Johnny Minerals saying like, oh, you know, you're a fake fan if you say this and that. Fuck off. Let's have it right. Fuck off. It's such bollocks.
Fucking Minerals, bruv.
I've said it for a while.
That's mental illness, bro. That's mental illness.
It's
mental ill people, man.
He's slated Rory for doing, tweeting stuff for clicks, but he does exactly the same thing these days. And fair play to him, because he's getting the numbers so long. And fair play to him. But he's becoming, but he's become exactly what he hates. That's the issue with him. But my point, like, he's one of the people that says he's one of the people in particular that says, if you think Kante doesn't deserve an extension, you're not a true Chelsea fan. You don't respect him. You can appreciate Kante for what he's done for the club.
Yes.
But you also can say, it's time. It's
time to go, bro.
It's been a couple years at least since Kante was at his prime. It's as simple as that.
Champions League run was the last best defining performance.
I'm not 300k for Kante in the current suit that he's in with the, like, you're almost, it's like pay as you go with Kante these days. Like, what the fuck?
Prime, what are you saying, Prime? What are you saying?
Sorry.
It's nice that you guys are coming around to Kante having to leave. I've been on this for about 6 months to a year. And having Chelsea fans say, I'm not a real Chelsea fan, go support United, yada, yada, yada. I remember
but you're negative. Negative.
To be fair, Prime, to be fair, and Surfer can attest to this. No, hold on. Surfer can attest to this. To be fair, here on the channel, we've kind of been talking about perhaps letting Kante leave in the start.
No.
Like, we were talking about it a while ago, too.
I know,
okay, because you said you guys in the panel. I heard you say
when I say you guys, I mean, dickhead Chelsea fans, not you guys. Well, you guys are.
Okay.
I'm talking about I remember specifically this during the summer. I was on I don't even know how this happened, but I was on a random phone call with a lot of Chelsea fans and trying to tell them about how having Kante on high wages in the squad when he doesn't play games is idiotic. And they were trying to tell me we have to sell Jorginho. He has to go. He's a detriment to our midfield. And I was trying to say it's a bigger problem to our midfield the fact of our supposed best player can't stay fit to play a run of games. And they kept bringing up other people don't see it. All they see is the love of Kante and the fact of they hate Jorginho.
The legendary
We can
status.
and you know what? I don't wish injuries on players, but I wish Jorginho was out injured for 3 months for people to see how bad our midfield is. Because Kante's only played 1 game this season. People know that, right? Only active.
Yeah,
Very,
two.
very aware.
Which other game did he
The
play?
vast.
Spurs.
I think.
Spurs and Everton.
Spurs and
But
okay, fine. He's okay. Sorry, I'm wrong. He's played 2 games this
still
season.
a poor number of games. You're right.
Yeah,
Like we haven't seen
Prime.
him.
Onto your point too, like the fact that the fan base is going mad over trying to give Jorginho a 30K raise to his wage at 150 versus and keep Kante and that he deserves over 300K a week for someone who doesn't even show up to his job. It's absolutely absurd.
And the thing is, Marshall, I'm not defending Jorginho. I don't mind if we let him go as well.
Me
But my
neither.
thing
Me
is-
neither.
But my thing is trying to advocate to keep a guy who doesn't play based on what? Based on the fact that he won us the Champions League a few seasons ago. It's stupidity. We're wasting
Yeah, but
money.
they-
That
I've
money
already
used to
they're
sign a
finished.
world-class player.
But
Stupid.
they use that argument with everything. They use that argument. Oh, they won us the Champions League. Oh, they did. That was 2 fucking years ago. That's my point exactly with Chelsea fans.
Ahmed,
I
what are you
think
saying, Ahmed?
Again, it
Yeah,
goes back
okay,
to the
finish,
standards,
sorry.
man. It goes back to the standards. It's the standard of this fan base. And
Goes back to
football club.
logic.
That's the issue,
Kai,
man. Yeah.
logic.
Yeah.
Goes back to
There is no logic.
Also goes to
Chelsea
Kai
fans.
Havertz with the Porto attacks and
Yeah,
everything
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
But we got started
Yeah,
on
yeah.
that. But it's the same.
Ahmed,
It
go
goes,
ahead,
same
bro.
goes for him. Porto attacks.
He didn't even play today, right? Did he play today?
No, he wasn't. I don't think he was.
Thank
no, he
God
wasn't
for
bench.
that.
Yeah, thank goodness. Ahmed, what are you saying, bro? What are you saying?
No, nothing, man. It's just I just say that it just goes back to sentimentality. To be honest, that's all it really is.
Yeah.
Amen, bro.
I've already said that Kante, if you can get 10 million for him in January, you know, and he's a bit fit enough, just sell him then. I don't give a shit, man. Even 5
Not gonna
million,
be fit.
I don't care. Listen, man. If you sell him injured, discount price, I don't mind, man. That's just the view I take. The reality is, man. Like I don't know when it was 1-0, I wasn't celebrating like crazy because I already knew it was gonna end 1-1. Like I hate to say it, but that I could already see it happening. You know, little back post, boom. Like
You know what, Ahmed?
I thought there's a glimmer of chance.
You know what, Ahmed? I lost my fucking voice when we got
can't
that
lie to you,
penalty, and you're saying you weren't even.
I
Let's
was
go
thinking this-
backstage, Ahmed.
I honestly, I was thinking the same. I was saying to my brother, like, United go send everything they have and try to get a goal, and they probably do. But when De Gea, when Kepa literally got that ball to his hands and tipped it to the post, I thought, yes, he saved it, and then the like United players are celebrating.
And then we just need to. I think there's a level of honesty that we need to have. Yeah, like I've always maintained. Yeah, a lot of these players are just above average. Yeah, we need to be getting better squad players, guys that can at least have the ability to become world class, and that's what we need to do. Like, if we're being honest, Ruben Loftus-Cheek should not be playing in a pivot for Jorginho. We've already seen Ruben Loftus-Cheek play in a pivot before.
The
Alright?
thing is,
Yeah.
the thing is of Loftus-Cheek is that he should be, if he does play on the right wing back. Last game with the Brentford game pissed me the fuck off because it seemed like every single cross that he did got blocked by the first
I'm not
defender.
even saying play him in right wing back to
No. But I'm
play him in
saying
a
he
three.
seems strong. He seems stronger there than he does in the centre, like in the pivot role.
Yeah.
But at least, so my point is if he does play in that right wing back role in terms of when James isn't available, take on your man. You're strong.
Yeah, yeah.
He's a fucking animal when it comes to taking people on. He has the strength to take people on. We've seen him do it before. His crossing is not even remotely as good as James is.
Yeah.
And it's just not even close.
Can I ask you boys something? And I think this goes back to the standard talk that Kai said before. I think Ruben Loftus-Cheek has been later, Kai. I think Ruben Loftus-Cheek has been very, very consistently solid for us this season.
Yeah, absolutely.
But what Ahmed's saying, and let's see if you guys agree, is that we should have midfielders that are much better than Loftus-Cheek playing, and Loftus-Cheek should be an option. He shouldn't have to be a starter in this Chelsea squad. Right? I just think right that as well as we done overhauling the squad as much as we could this summer with new owners coming in, manager turmoil, people going in and out in the boardroom, stuff like that. The squad is still overall, it's not good enough. It's not good enough to go back into a title race. Might be good enough for a top 4 race, but we don't want that. We don't want that. That's the thing. I'm not celebrating finishing top 4. That's not success. Do
you know the weird thing as well is that this season, I think if we won this game, and I know obviously this is not reality, but if we won this game and Haaland wasn't a thing, we would be in a title race. We would. And I know it's completely pointless me saying that because Haaland is a real thing and he's unbelievable, and we could have had him as well. But I think if we won today, we would be in the title race for sure. But also, if Haaland didn't exist, it would help us so much more. Yeah. But City are going to win the league. Arsenal fans thinking they're going to win the league is a joke. It's not going to happen. In the long run, it's just not going to happen. Because Haaland is just inevitable. It's as simple as that.
Going back to what Ahmed said.
This man's Thanos, Jesus.
Going back to what Ahmed said. Much of these players are much of a muchness, right? They're much of the same level in terms of the position they're in, like midfield especially, right? Kovacic probably stands out, but you know what? To a lesser degree, he has the same issue as Kante. Not as much, but he goes, injury-wise, he goes missing, and we're having to nurse him through this knee problem because he doesn't want to have a surgery to miss the World Cup. Mm-hmm. So it screws us over a bit, and then stuff like that. But going in, we need to have again January and next summer is going to need more investment into this side because we still got issues. We got issues over players being available and their contracts. I think Jorghino and Kante are both going to go. I don't think either one of them is going to stay. You have issues over Kovacic's injury problems.
What's Kovacic's? How much has he got left on his contract?
He's got 2 years.
So we're saying we're all right for Kovacic for now.
Yeah, for now.
Do you any of you actually see Kovacic extending his contract?
Harry, do you know the thing for me?
I can see it.
I see it, but you know what? After the World Cup, if he's probably going to take surgery, right? After the World Cup,
probably,
right? For this knee problem, right? Or he's going to get injured at the World Cup. One of these things is going to happen. So he's going to be out. I would really, and because previous seasons, he's not been there for a big chunk of the season as well. He's missed a lot of games, not like a long period.
Not like
of time,
Kante,
throughout the season,
but
he's missed games here and there, right? So I'd really look at his circumstance as well, because he's getting older, right? I know it's not as old.
Is he 29?
He's going to be 29, I think.
Got to be.
Yeah.
But we need a huge midfield overhaul, right?
Jesus.
That's over the next 2 windows. That's just the midfield alone, right? Over the next 2 weeks, we need to bring in anywhere from 2 to 4 players in the midfield area, I think.
Yeah.
In terms of that, okay? Over the next 2 windows. You then go, I want a right back or right wing back. I don't care when James is fit or not. I need that. Another centre back, possibly. The goalkeeping situation needs to be sorted out. And that's before you get to the forward line. So we're like one of those people who get wrecked in a car crash and need multiple surgeries. Do you know what I mean? It's just going to happen.
It's going to take almost 4 transfer windows. It's going to take us 4 transfer windows alone, maybe even more, to just rehaul everything that we have together.
Andrew, this past transfer window, we didn't. It's like, okay, bear with me when I say this. It's basically the same squad as last season. We haven't really changed.
It's not the same squad.
No. I mean, in terms of like, hold on. I don't think there's much of an improvement. Like, Christensen, Rudiger, Koulibaly, Fofana. Like, in terms of wing backs, left wing backs, I don't really think it's much of an improvement. I'll be honest.
It is a big
we
improvement. It's
no,
a
I
massive-
don't. I mean, but I don't rate Chilwell. So
He doesn't
whatever.
rate Cucurella either. So.
No, I rate Cucurella. I just don't rate Chilwell. We've got
Okay.
Reece James, but we don't have a backup towards him. We didn't have that last season.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of midfielders like we had last season, but like our two best ones just don't stay fit. And our forwards, yeah, okay, fine. Aubameyang and Sterling, fine, upgrades. But other than that, who plays around them, it's still mid. Like the team is not like what are we improving from fourth to third? That's not an improvement.
That's no, but the thing I think is that is like what's I going to say? I don't want to think about our two best midfielders, Kovacic and Kante. I think they're the worst pairing in the pivot. By the way,
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. This for me was this summer was not only about getting. I always said to you guys, I was more seeing who we got out as well as coming in. But I was ready to go. Listen, I've said it to you guys. Everyone's a cup team in this league apart from City, right? You're basically second, third, and fourth is the same to me. Doesn't make a difference where we finish fourth. It's about just getting Champions League and establishing that, whatever, right? But I'm more of a mind of I understand that this season, even if Tuchel was in charge and we were playing better football, we're still not going to be a season everyone thought it was going to be. Like, oh, we're going to improve. We've got new owners. We're definitely going to shoot up the table. We're in a title race, stuff like that. No, okay. As soon as Haaland signed, that was the league over for the next 2 or 3 years. Okay, it's just going to happen. What we didn't count on, and I don't care what anyone says, I don't believe you fully, even if you say so. What we didn't count on was two things: was the fall off of Liverpool and the improvement in Arsenal. Okay, in terms of getting results, maybe not playing, but getting results. Yeah, not okay. That's what we didn't count on. Okay, so instantly then you go. I think everyone expected Spurs to improve under Kante because it's Kante under the league thing. Whether they play good football or not is a totally other debate. But everyone maybe gave a space away and gave another space away because of what Liverpool done. So everyone, Arsenal, Manchester United, and Chelsea are battling for fourth. But then Liverpool, as we've seen today, lost. They're in seventh. United are slowly improving. Is Arsenal going to drop off? We don't know. Spurs, stuff like that. So I just think that if you look at this properly, our squad still needs a hell of a lot of improvement, ins and outs. Okay, it still needs out. We still need a load of outs. We are now, as I said, we're now down to 2 fit centre backs. Okay, that actually play centre back, and we play sometimes a 3. So you know what I mean, stuff like that. We have no. Let me just say, I'm not confident in Aspi sustaining this performance, even though I thought he was let off today because Sancho's just not at it at the moment. But to continue this, Cucurella, I think defensively has been good, but I think I'm waiting to see the attacking side of Cucurella that was seen at Brighton. I haven't seen that yet. And Chilwell is coming in and out.
Today was hard for Cucurella, to be fair, though, because he was in left centre back, and he got taken off very early.
He did, but I thought him. You know what, Harry? It could have been him or Chilwell that come off. It didn't really.
Absolutely.
Chilwell didn't seem that bad today, but
I thought Chilwell was the bigger option to keep on. To be honest,
because
I think that's why he stayed on.
Yeah.
And he was
by the way,
his ground
by the way, real quick, I don't mean to interrupt anyone. Nearly 40 of you watching. Make sure you smash that like button. It does help the channel out big time, and it's absolutely free to do. If you're here, you're watching, you're entertained, make sure you smash that like button. But Harry or Andrew, whoever was talking, sorry, go ahead.
Just think this though. We rest Silva. We've only got 2 centre backs. We got a quick turnaround to the Salzburg game because that's an early game on Tuesday. It's not a late game on Tuesday. It's like a 5:30, 5:45 kickoff on Tuesday. It's a game that if we win, we qualified for the knockout stage. Whether we win the group or not depends on the other result. But if we win, it's a quick turnaround, and we've only got 2 fit centre backs. What does he do?
Oh no, Koulibaly.
We should play Zakaria at centre back.
Apparently, Koulibaly. This game was too soon for him. But apparently, he should
at best he'll be on the bench. He won't be. You know what I mean? At best, he'll be on the bench. There's no way he'll throw him in like that. So I just think people like the season. It's going to be one of these seasons. We're going to have ups. We're disappointed that we've got draws. Maybe that's a good sign in the fan base that we're pissed that we've got draws.
It's not just the draws though. It's the fact that would have given us that false hope that we could have actually been a part of the title race.
Yeah.
And I know in reality we're probably not. Let's be fair. But this would have put us
competing,
it would have put us level on points with Tottenham, which is crazy to say that we're trying to be level on points with fucking Spurs. But we're fighting for that. We could have had that. United could have been 1 point behind them. It was all to play for, and just unfortunately, it's played out exactly as it always does. And it's 5 draws in a row. It's fucking me off now. It's almost boring. It's my favorite. It's my favorite tie of the Premier League season every single year. Man United, my favorite team to play because it's the team we played the most. We played them in the Champions League final. We played them
my rivalry.
So many FA Cup final. We played them in so many big games in my time growing up.
Yeah.
It's always such a big game whenever we play them. It doesn't matter what the results are. We're 4 before today, 4 games on the trot, and 2 of those games were 0-0 draws. 4 draws in a row. It doesn't matter. I still get excited. I wake up and I'm like, I'm ready. I'm so excited for those games. But then by the time the full-time whistle goes, I'm like, oh fuck this. It's so boring. Every fucking time. It's so infuriating.
I said to the guys earlier, Harry, what I said was that I've always predicted a draw for this game throughout the week. It was just inevitable it was going to be a draw the way it's been going the last few games.
Yeah.
I think
for
Chelsea
sure.
fans are more disappointed by the way the game ended because we were honing in on a victory at last at home to United, and it feels worse than what, because I bet most people, not even only the craziest people would have thought, we're going to win 1 or 2-0 or something like that.
I said 3-1. I said
3-1. I mean,
my prediction was 3-1, and my prediction was 3-1, and I also predicted that we'd be 2-0 up at half time as well.
That's mad.
I thought we're due like a big win. Like
That's
someone's
crazy.
O had to go, and sadly it was just carried on.
Yeah, but
Alex,
Andrew, I'm not even like fed up or sad about obviously I am sad about the result, but I'm more so like just fed up with these players. It's not even the fact that we drew from a winning position. I'm just tired of having these players in the team.
Prime. Who's your? Give me your like most outlandish. It could be any player, because I feel like you're the kind of person who will give me a player. Tell me one player in particular, like your biggest shout that you would cut from the team.
Well,
it could be anyone, and it could be even someone like any player. Who would you?
Their contract tomorrow.
You could terminate their contract tomorrow, and don't just say like Azpilicueta or someone who's gonna obviously go very soon. So, like it could be a very big player.
Just one. Can you give me 2?
Yeah, 2. Go on, as many as you want.
Kai Havertz and Mason Mount.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I had a feeling as well.
Kai
Havertz, sure. If he went and there's rumors he's going to Bayern and everything.
Good.
Yeah, let him go, man.
At this point, I'm also not. I wouldn't be angry. It's the same thing with Kante though, in the sense that like I appreciate what he's done, but it's time to go, kind of thing. But with Havertz, it's like I always wanted the best for Havertz because I love him.
Me too.
I love him as a person. He's great. His energies are fantastic and everything. But it's sad. It's almost like Werner, because when Werner went, I was sad. But it was almost like. It's time. It is time to go.
I hate to admit it. I think it's worse than Werner at this point. I'm gonna fucking start crying.
I kind of wish Werner stayed instead of Havertz, which I didn't think at the time.
Guys,
But Harry, it's not just them as a player though. It's the fact of, like, for me, all the divisive players that we have in the squad that have player stands, let them all go. And let their player stands go with it.
Sure, why not?
Terminate Mount's contract tomorrow.
No.
Let all these guys go. That's my thing.
As much as I ban Johnny on the stream and everything as much as I can, but it's in reality we all are, I don't know if we all are aware. Mount is a very good player. but he needs so many things to go his way to be the player that he can be.
Let's
I think
have it right.
Johnny relies. Oh, what was it the other day that he tweeted? It was just like he had a terrible performance against Brentford. Like he just couldn't get out.
Oh, he was zonal marked.
And yeah, and it was
He
just
was
like,
zonal
well,
marked
they
and
were
he was
marking
creating
him.
his
Let's have it
pictures.
fucking right. He's getting marked left, right, and centre. It's like, well, what the fuck are we supposed to do then? What
Too
you
many
know?
Johnny.
I want
Wait, hold on.
I
Surfer,
want
and
his
then I want
view.
Alex to speak.
Yeah.
I just realised
Yeah.
Alex is here. Obviously, I sent him a link. I just want to say before we let Alex go and have his sports because I don't know how
of
long his
course.
link's going to establish. I just want to say since they've been here, Jorghino has now more league goals than Kai Havertz. Go ahead, Alex. Go on.
You did that on purpose.
Oh,
Go,
do
Ian, I
you,
love
do you
you,
think
by the
I'm gonna? I'm more disappointed in a fight
Yes.
than
Oh yeah,
than in
know.
a game.
yeah. I am watching that back here.
It's
That was a
fucking.
robbery, Alex. That was
It was a
robbery.
fuck. Oh,
was a
wow, my God! How you can even? I don't even like to give him 1 round. It's already robbery. To give the guy a
wow.
1 round.
Oh, are we talking
It was
UFC
already-
now? Are we?
Yeah.
I've literally got it on one of my monitors as well.
I heard it. All right.
He was
Go on,
lucky.
Alex.
It was robbery by giving him a round.
Calm
Yeah.
down.
By giving him a whole freaking fight.
14.
I mean, anyway, that I'm
He's on
more
steroids
pissed about
anyway.
that. I'm more
No,
pissed
it's not
about
him.
that. Man United. What? Who? What?
Well,
Who's trying to say something?
No, guys, Alex, you go. Don't interrupt.
Yeah, let Alex go.
I'm trying to say about the United game. I think we deserve the draw.
Yes.
If we won, for me, Chalaba is enormous this game.
Yeah.
Chalaba was,
Oh yeah.
for me, he was like man of the match. That's not even a joke. The rest of them, it's the same thing. We're not good. We're not good in our midfield is not good and up creating chances. We have to rely on the wing backs. We have to rely on going wide all the time. We're relying on going wide without actually playing wingers. Let that sink in. How we can rely on creating from the wings when we do not create, when we do not play wingers?
Alex,
That's
you know
it.
Who went, Alex, you know who went wider today than the wingers in the second half? Aubameyang. Aubameyang was wider on the left-hand
Yeah.
side than actual.
Yeah, for a
wingers
while we
today.
thought Aubameyang was playing left wing.
Yeah, that's how
That second
bad
half.
it was, attacking-wise.
What a main event, by the way. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm.
Sorry.
Fuck, man, I'm a boy.
It's
the
about
thing
to
about-
kick off, boys. It's about to go.
Yes.
Somebody's got to drop.
The thing is, I actually like the O'Malley. He was one of my favorite fighters too.
What?
Yes.
But the pink
Sugar
the
Sean.
pinky guy.
Sugar Sean.
I was gonna say his fight's done. Yeah.
Yeah, O'Malley, the guy that beat Peter Young.
Yeah.
I actually like him. I actually really do like the fighter. But
So
now,
UFC also love him. They want him to be a big star as well. It's so evident they want him to.
Anyway, I think it
do
has
well.
to do with because Jan is Russian. Let's see how
Makachev does, yeah.
This
Makachev does
this
it.
could be quick. This could
I
be
do
quick.
like the Brazilian guy.
Has this
over
turned
here.
into a UFC watch along?
Trying not to, but
But anyway,
know,
what I'm
it's
trying to say is Man United I can see the big progression of Man United team.
yeah.
Today I saw Man United and I saw Ten Hag. And I actually saw Harry Potter. I saw the tactics change. When you knew that something is not going, I'm good with Kovacic coming in.
Yeah.
And fix it immediately. That was good from the manager. I also saw how better some players from Man United in specific positions than Chelsea players.
Yeah.
As much as they want, Bruno Fernandes is better in creating chances for the forwards than any other midfielders. Any other midfielders not as good creative, but other midfielders are good defensively. Same with the other way, like the Eriksen. Eriksen is better creating chances for Manchester United. If we had those players in offensive that they did, Aubameyang had more creative chances than he had. And Sterling, fuck Sterling. Oh my God. he now starts to show me the reason why I didn't want him in the first place. He changed my mind when he first started playing by saying he's a good player all around, and now he's actually turning me back. I see him again, the same shit that he was before, like
Alex,
the way I didn't want him. But
Alex, did you find this is what I didn't get right? Because we've been praising Potter and his substitutions, right? I know he got the Kovacic's run was good. Did you find it strange that he took, maybe not that he took Aubameyang off, but that he took him off for Pulisic? So then you just had like 10 minutes of Pulisic, Sterling, and Mount, which doesn't help. It doesn't do anything. There's no central figure. Bring Broha on for Aubameyang, and with Pulisic, and then you've got the central figure there. It just didn't make sense.
My problem was, yes, I agree with you. First of all, if you're doing that, you got to do it earlier in the game, so they will have a chance to make the. Yeah. I think that was one of the fake moves, because I think Ten Hag was it really was two managers' tactics. One waiting for another one to make the change. So what I think he did, what I hope that's what he did. Maybe it's not, but what I think he did is he waited. He make the fake move, for see what Ten Hag to outdo. But it was so close at the end of the game that actually did not help. In any point, it actually decreased us, because that height could have been held at the end of the game in that corner kick, which I was like, you know what I'm saying, like that the goal that we conceded. We had short players at that moment.
Yeah,
but it was a lucky goal. It wasn't on Kepa. It wasn't anybody. It was the same exact header as Kai Havertz.
I'm glad you said it wasn't on Kepa, because
it wasn't on Kepa.
The amount of people saying it's on, it's his fault, and then he's too short. And I have been one of those people that say like his wingspan and he's too short and all this sort of stuff. He is too short to be a keeper, but it reminds me of like Kudachini and Kevin Hitchcock.
If y'all remember Kai Havertz header, Kai Havertz when he scored header, I wanna say, who did he score header against this season?
Is it Wolves?
Yeah. The Wolves goalkeeper is good. It's just the way the ball bounced off the head. Exactly. It was basketball. It was the shape of the basketball. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
There's nothing. The matter of fact that he put the fingers on it is already good.
On it too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very rarely am I one of those people that will say the dreaded words of like you got no ball knowledge, or some fucking whatever the fuck people say these days. Or it's just like
you don't know ball.
And all that shit. But legitimately, if you think Kepa is the reason we drew this game,
madness.
Zero ball knowledge. No ball knowledge. You have no idea how the game fucking works.
Lazy analysis.
He legitimately, without him, he saved us again. Saved us. And Alex, I'm very aware you said like you thought Chalobah was man of the match today. I think
it's between Kepa and him.
I respect your for sure. I respect your opinion, but I would argue that for sure Kepa, third man of the match in a row for him, for sure. We've had Mason Mount, 3 man of the matches in a row for him, or whatever it was, 2 or 3, and then we've got Kepa. But my point at the beginning of the game was, I didn't want Kepa to be man of the match today.
Yeah, exactly,
because if your keeper, if your goalkeeper is man of the match 3 games in a row, something is wrong. Something is really fucking wrong.
Or defender.
Your defenders and your goalkeeper should not be getting consecutive man of the match performances. Kepa should not be man of the match 3 games in a row.
How many times Kepa had the man of the match? Even a couple of times Mount won. I didn't think he should have. At that time, for me, it was Thiago Silva. Another thing, if defender man of the match, it's not it.
It's not who deserves it. It's more like if
it is about who deserves it.
Well, yeah, it is. But also, if Kepa does end up getting it three games in a row, something is wrong. A goalkeeper, Kepa or not, a goalkeeper should not be getting man of the match 3 games in a row if we want to be a good team, successful.
I don't think I've ever
It's
seen
bad. That is a bad sign.
It is bad, but on that point of man of the match as well. I mean, discussing player performances. I want to put this out there. I think we talked about possibly Sterling going into bad form a few times now, and we've talked on here and we've been pretty based and said like, oh, it's just an off game. He was playing wing back, this and that. Today, I think it's safe to say that at least today's performance is like one of those bad, shitty Sterling performances. No dribbles won. He was involved in the game, but he didn't really do much, and it's just for me. This was a game where not a good performance for Sterling. I think maybe next game we rest him, give Pulisic a chance. I would have argued that in hindsight, obviously, that maybe Pulisic should have been one of the players starting up there. I don't know. What do you guys? What do you boys think?
He will be, whether you say rested or dropped, because of the quick turnaround of Salzburg.
Yeah.
I think he will be. Listen, I'll say it.
I've been saying that for a while, though, Surfer, and he constantly keeps getting benched despite the rotation.
No, but I think Sterling needs a run of games on the bench. You know, I think he does.
He's too good.
Yeah.
He's too.
I think he does. It doesn't mean he doesn't.
He's good,
but I think he needs a run of games on the bench. Let's face it, right?
I don't think it will improve us, Andrew. I just don't think so, because the thing is, for me, you can like I said again, it's like the same last season. I refuse to criticize the forwards based on defense or on a midfield. Mm-hmm. You can't keep going wide and wide and wide and expect to create. Do you see a couple of times when we actually passed for the middle and he carried the ball?
Yes. Mm-hmm. I think it's Alex, I think the best to get out of him, I don't think 3-4-3 works to get the best out of Sterling. It limits the amount of people in midfield as well. And you need one of those midfielders to be a runner, to be linking and have another wide man. You need
Please tell me.
Maybe it's not benching Sterling for Pulisic. It's adding Pulisic with Sterling and Aubameyang.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say.
Benching Mount.
What? No. Yeah. No, either drop him down, drop him deep. Yeah. My point is, when did those players that play in front of the striker and they come in from the inside forward or from the wings, they have to be able to go directly player versus player.
Yeah.
None of them did. Please tell me, when did we have the chance today when a player, my God, he's mauling him with his elbows. When did you see our players actually go on directly against the player? Like run at the player?
Little period when Kovacic came on in the first half.
Yeah,
exactly.
Sterling kept trying, he got stopped. You know, it's just...
Nothing really.
It's frustrating. Today.
Nothing.
Yeah.
That's why Matic is Tuesday.
I think both of them, Aubameyang and Sterling, would benefit from another person up there who the defenders focus on. They have another person up there who's up there with them all the time. And like I say, it's not about dropping Mount. You can drop Mount further back in midfield if you wanted to. It's about, I don't think...
That's where he belongs.
Yes, exactly.
I just think you just need another greater.
I'll say it again. Mount is our version, not what they are right now, of a Mason, of a James Milner or a Jordan Henderson. He is that type of player. Okay.
You're just waiting for Johnny to fucking.
No.
You know where it is?
Hound you. He's gonna hound you.
Hold on a second.
He ever hears you say that?
Is the Johnny Feelings YouTube channel or something?
Hang on.
No.
Hang on. I keep saying this. Don't think of what Henderson and Milner are now. Think about what they have been. Milner for City, for Villa, was an outstanding player. And even for Liverpool when he first started, a standing player.
But were they generational talents like Mason Mount? Generational talents!
Milner was a generational talent.
That's Chris, it's sarcasm.
I know. I'm joking.
Ahmed, before you go, by the way, almost 50 of you watching, smash that like button. Let's get up to 30 likes, please, people. It's free and it helps out the channel big time. Ahmed, what are you saying, brother?
Listen, I'm just gonna let's be honest, man. Mount is not creative enough for our attackers. One of the main things, the problems we've had in attack, has always been we're not direct enough, for one. and there isn't someone,
Yeah.
another midfielder, another cam, or another 8 who is good enough to, get the ball, get into the final third, and make that right incisive pass. And really, Mount is very inconsistent, and we need someone that's going to be consistent. Either you get someone alongside Mount, or you upgrade a Mount. And upgrading a Mount is not that hard, and that's what it is. So hey.
I mean, you say not that hard, but also
It really is not that hard. I can name you a few players right now off the top of my head that can replace Mount right now that will have better production.
Do it.
Go on then.
Go ahead, enlighten us.
Do
Can't
it.
be Gallagher. One of them can't be Gallagher.
Guaranteed not. Guaranteed not. Guaranteed not. I'm telling you right now, guaranteed not. Okay. You know me, Tapa. It's a bit of a meme, that one, yeah? It's not serious, but one of them, for example, was actually mentioned in a paper recently. Pellegrini, who plays for Roma.
Oh.
Okay, fair enough.
So that's a pretty easy example. It doesn't even need to be, I think, necessarily like a like-for-like replacement. You could just bring in another winger. And Kuku would be a great example of that. Yeah, he's much more of a finisher. But again, having someone alongside of him would be, again, who can bring you just a bit deeper and disconnect that thing would always be good. Even like, again, it does not need to be a like-for-like replacement. But hey, that's just me.
No, go ahead, Ahmed. Continue. Go on.
No,
I'm two more. You got two more, or one more at least.
Jesus.
I've already said Leah. Oh my lordy lord! Oh snap! Sorry, I'm really watching UFC right now. Like the half my screen.
Fucking hell. Got absolutely fucking ended, by the way.
Yeah, we're watching UFC right now. This is yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
The main event right here.
Man. He's the real deal. He's the real deal.
But yeah, Oliveira just got defeated, which I called. But yeah, we move. Can you give me one more? One more.
Smash him up.
Leo, here's another one I can give you.
That will replace Mount.
You can play 4-2. I've always said 4-2-4 would probably be a better formation.
Two of those are questionable for like a like replacement. I'll give you Pellegrini, but like thing is like the standard to replace Mount isn't that high. Like there are definitely players a lot better than Mount, but it's the market right now also. Like I think we're a victim of like just a shitty transfer market too.
The thing is though, can we really say that these guys look like they're willing to spend whatever it takes?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you.
Yeah.
I know Alex would agree with this. Alex, in January or even before, I go to Wolves and I make whatever they want for
Ruben Neves.
I pay it.
Yeah,
What I
please.
mean? I pay it.
It's about time.
I don't care what the price is, Alex. He is a 25-year-old.
For Chelsea, For Chelsea, he's worth 100, and I will pay for it. That's how much we need one.
Exactly.
And
come
on!
He's just found out.
He just found out.
I hope that's not how he's training his daughter. That's all. I just hope he's just
She's just got the boxing bag on the floor. Come on!
But it's not even about. It's nothing to do with replacing Mount. It's just making the team better. Players like Ruben Neves is an exceptional player. And he's only 25. He's only 25. This guy. And he is exceptional. And me and Alex have always been talking about getting this guy in no matter what. You know what I mean? He's worth it. And Wolves have bought their replacement already for him. So he's available. He was available in the summer.
I think.
And you know what?
And Oliveira's a fraud as well, by the way. Not to discredit the win, but I'm just saying.
The guy come from trenches. My God, he's a really good fighter. No,
for sure, but the quality.
No,
difference
just
between
let's
the two
move on.
fighters
Just
is
no.
Okay.
We'll take it. On the topic of the midfield replacement too, like I'm not gonna say that he's better than Mount, but I see that potentially he can be. Mateus Nunes. We were linked to Mateus Nunes in the summer, and we didn't move on him. And we're seeing how decent he's been for Wolves as well. He's a good talent. So there were players out there too that. Look, I don't know. No. I'm not saying like, oh, Neves or Nunes. I'm just saying like he should be on that list too of other midfielders that we should be bringing in. I 100% think Neves should have been done by now. Like no links, nothing. Like the fact that we're overlooking it is a crime.
Can I just say, totally off topic, but Reece James, man. I know you got better
Jesus,
style. It looks like you went to someone's garden.
Oh
and
my
you
God.
dug up their lawn.
It's
and you
so
put it on
bad,
your
isn't
head,
it?
man.
It's
You look
so
like a-
bad.
I think he's just
No,
big
you
fan.
know, no, it's literally the guy had the haircut to match his jacket.
Yes.
But
Not
you
the
know,
other way
Grass
around.
block. It's a
but
grass
you
block.
know, he knows that everyone backs him, like all the fans back him. But on this occasion, he must know no
not
one,
backing that haircut.
no one
Why? What's wrong with
backs
that
that
hairstyle?
at all. It
I
looks
think he did the
fucking
hair and he
awful.
I think he did the hair and it was like, you know what? Might be okay that I'm this might be the bright side of not being on the pitch because now I need to see this.
Nah, they're gonna see it.
You look like one of those
Oh, yeah.
trolls. You know one of those trolls? Is it all that he's doing?
Like the toy, the 90s
Yeah,
toy.
it's like one of those trolls. But you know. But anyway, you know.
You all hate the hair then.
I don't know what's
Yeah.
more.
Oh,
to,
no,
I
I'm not a
love-
fan.
I don't know what more.
I love
don't know
it.
what more to say, man. It was just one disappointing
Yeah.
result. You know.
Yeah. Does anyone else want to add on to anything?
I wasn't
mean,
disappointed with result. I was actually pleased because everybody keeps praising Man United how good they doing, and all of a sudden that way what we did and we almost snatched it. I think it was good. I actually think we couldn't do nothing more. This is the limit. This is the limit for Chelsea.
Alex, what I mean is,
wouldn't
sorry,
go
you might have
far,
missed it.
but, yeah.
I predicted a draw week, but I'm just saying from how the game ended, I think people are disappointed it's a draw, obviously, by how it ended.
Yeah.
By them scoring literally in the last minute. That's all. I don't think anyone. I know Harry said 3-1, but he was obviously in the state of delirium or something.
Well,
like that.
I was hopeful. I wasn't.
Hopeful?
I wasn't delirious. I was
Someone's
thinking
your
like,
team.
oh, we've had so many draws. Someone has to win. Someone has to win. It's as simple as that. Someone has to win.
I thought
And
we
It was a
were
few of those
I-
Heinekens deep
you
when
know.
he said that.
That's what it was. He wanted to get off the draw. I can't predict the draw anymore. I can't predict the draw.
Real Chris, what
I
were you
just
gonna
thought
say,
someone
bro?
had to fucking win.
No, I said yesterday I thought we were supposed to win 2-1, but yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not too different.
Listen.
3-1,
You're the guy
2-1.
who
It's all the
thinks
same
it's
sort of state. Yeah.
No, it's not.
I mean, I will say positives on this, which aren't many. I'm really impressed with Chalaba. This kid has really, really stepped up.
Oh, he's so
Anyone who was talking about selling him, that he should leave the club, you're mudded, okay? You're mudded. This kid,
You're in the mud. You've been mudded by even by Johnny Minerals.
Let's have it right.
you respect the kid. Big game, big occasion like this. He did it against Liverpool last season. You know, it's just he almost scored a goal today. Even this kid's really stepped up.
You see,
Yeah,
Marshall,
yeah.
that's what it actually comes from those kind of statements you just made. He did good. Let's not make statements like you all mudded, because the next time he makes some small stinker, they coming after you and saying, "Oh, what did you say?" You see what I'm saying? And that just goes
Alex.
back and forth.
That's fine.
And back.
But here's the thing.
and forth.
Here's the thing, Alex.
It's
how
like
old is he,
Kepa.
Alex?
Let him play.
Thing
I
is
don't
with Trevor
care.
Chalobah, he's a generational talent. He's a
No, I'm not saying that.
generational
I'm not
talent.
saying that. And I'm not even saying he's like one of the best players in the team. Like, I'm just saying he's stepped up. He's doing really well. And for his age to be doing this well, when he makes a mistake, it's okay because you're inexperienced. You're going to make mistakes. Just make sure when you make mistakes, you're aggressive in recovering and that you don't make them again. Keep them to a minimum.
Yes.
That's it. Like, I can't be mad at him.
And he's still undefeated when he started in the starting 11.
Yeah. And we haven't paid 70 million for him. We haven't broken our record for him. He's just been doing his job. And at the end of the day, I gotta praise you for that. It's fantastic what you're doing.
Does anyone know what his contract situation is? Did he sign a new one recently?
I don't know.
He signed recently,
I don't know.
a year before that.
Yeah.
He signed a year
Oh, yeah,
before.
yeah, Alex,
He signed the summer when Tuchel started playing him.
Right. So last year. Okay. No. I just
Kepa
don't know.
as well.
I just
Yeah, go
thought
ahead.
They might. Well, we've already seen they've done what they've done with Bro's
Yeah.
contract after the year. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? They added years.
He
to
deserves
so.
it too.
Um,
But Kepa as well, big up on him. He stepped up tremendously, and I hope he continues to play in this form. And I don't know, Surfer, did you want to add something?
No, I mean, you know, it's one of those things. We can be disappointed in the draw. Yeah, I'm disappointed in the draw at how the game ended, stuff like that.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
no, let's go into Salzburg with a real chance of
Salzburg's the next one, right?
qualifying. You know, from the imagine this after the second game against Salzburg, we're talking about this situation. I didn't see
Kepa and Chalobah again.
As much
like,
as
that'd
I
be
was-
terrible.
One thing we should need, one thing from today's game.
Yeah.
Back four, no more back threes.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree. Yeah, it does. Well, Alex, you've only got 2 fit centre backs. You've only got Chalobah and Thiago Silva. They only fit centre backs.
Don't care if you can put Jorghino as a center back, still back four. I'm tired.
Yeah,
Are you gonna really want?
And we saw it, Alex. We saw it.
I like the flexibility, but we
Whatever
go.
you do with the midfield, it needed. I feel more comfortable with 3 in midfield. I just do it. Just
Yes. Look
it
at
gives me
the.
access
Do you
to
know
it.
how much respect Jorghino got when he got that yellow card
Oh
for
yeah.
taking?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That was a
yeah,
fantastic yellow card.
And that
I was
I
like,
appreciate
look,
him
if
doing
you
that.
cannot fight him, you cannot outpace him. Take him down.
And that was a good.
Yeah,
that was
100%.
a good penalty as well. I was expecting a normal hop, skip, and jump, but he made sure to.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah,
Good
great
finish,
penalty.
man.
Great penalty.
Yeah. And I also got to praise, even though we didn't win the match, right? And there were mistakes, I got to praise Potter for thinking of this game tactically and adapting to the game as we were going on. And like Alex pointed out, it was almost like a battle of wits between the manager. Hag reacting to Potter, Potter reacting to Ten Hag. And I really enjoyed seeing that. I feel like sometimes when we were watching Tuchel, he would get stuck in his ways and stick to one thing and try to make it work. With Potter, there's that flexibility, there's that adaptability, despite all the injuries and the players that we have out. And that was another plus on this game as well. But that being said, next game will be Tuesday, right? Or Wednesday?
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
It's an early game, about half.
Yeah.
Is it half 5?
Yeah,
4
perfect.
to 6 kickoff.
Yeah.
Or something like
Be
that.
good for another stream of
Harry
Yeah.
will be doing a watch along.
Yeah.
TV, won't
I'm
he?
gonna go ahead and link Harry's channel down below in the description. You guys can check him out and watch his watch-alongs, man. He does watch-alongs for Chelsea Fan TV. He's awesome at it. And then you can always check out Alex on Carefree Lewis, Surfer on Sarcasm City, and Ahmed as well. But I will not be here next week. You guys will catch me on the what's the game after Salzburg in the Champions League? It's
Zagreb.
Zagreb. That's the next time you guys will be seeing me. Winter Surfer will be taking over for then. So you guys be fucking nice to him. You know, say
I
the
don't
wonderful
care about
things
these
he's gonna
guys,
do.
you know.
he'll be back tomorrow for some Casually Chelsea show. And yeah, you guys smash that like button. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. But until next time, check out the links in the description. Leave a comment down below. Subscribe. Hit the bell notification. And you guys stay casual.
Took it out.
Peace.